Good morning and welcome to the Monday morning, April 13th edition of 10 with Tom, where we spend 10 minutes together and get your day started. It's good to see everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter. Had some great times with your families. I'm sure this one felt a little different than normal. It was weird not being together with everybody on Easter Sunday and not being out there working on the Easter egg hunts and doing all the fun things that we always do for Easter. But I hope you had a good day. I know we certainly had a good day here. And Deb certainly made an incredible dinner, and so it was a real good day. Now today, I wanted to give you some updates on some things that are going on. Today is the deadline to vote for the time for our first Zoom meeting. Now our first Zoom youth group meeting will be this Saturday, and it'll either be at 3, at 5, or at 7. And so we need you to help us make that decision, so you can vote on our Facebook poll at the Village Church Youth, or you can go and send me an email at youarestinkinawesome@yahoo.com. You can send that to me, and we'll get all that information in, but make sure you do it by the end of today, because tomorrow morning we're going to tabulate all that stuff, and we'll make the decision, and on Wednesday we will send out an email blast to everybody and make sure that everybody knows what's going on and how you can get in on that first Zoom meeting on Saturday. Now, if you are not already getting our emails, make sure you email me at youarestinkinawesome@yahoo.com, and we'll make sure we can get you on that list with all the information on that. Also, I want to let you know about something new that we're doing today, and I hope we'll have some fun with it. I know how you guys love to play Family Feud, and so starting today, we're going to play Family Feud. Just real quickly, how that's going to work. Beginning at 10 o'clock this morning, I'm going to put a question out there and let you know how many answers are on the board. And each person that's on our Facebook account can make one guess toward a word that's on there. And if you happen to get the right one, the first person to get each particular answer is going to get that many points, however it plays out. And so once all the answers have been given to us, then we'll move on to the next question. And you'll accumulate points as a family, and once your family has 100 points, we'll have a winner in the game, and then we'll go from there and we'll have a money round, but everybody gets to be a part of that as well, and so you can have a lot of fun as we play Family Feud together. But look for that at 10 o'clock this morning, and then as soon as we get all the answers in on the first question, we'll move on to the second one and play till we have a winner. We might be able to do it all in one day. It may take a whole week. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes, but we want to have some fun with the Family Feud. Today we want to wish a very, very happy birthday to Rylan and Kaylee Borgmeyer. So happy birthday, ladies. I hope you have a wonderful day. Sorry that we can't all celebrate it with you today. But you know, if you blow on the cake, that means everybody else in the family can't have any. That's one of the advantages of this coronavirus quarantine. You blow out the candles, you get to eat all the cake. So I hope you guys enjoy your birthday feast. Let's see. What we're going to do today and in the days to come is I'm going to ask a question, and I would love to have you guys respond to me. You can post an answer on our Facebook page. You can post an answer on YouTube. You can respond with a video of your own. But the question for today is, what is your dream job? If you could do anything in the world, what would you like to do? And some of you may be working already toward getting to that dream job. Some of you adults, you may already have that dream job. But I want you to be thinking about what is your dream job. And so today I'm going to start to tell you about my dream job and where it has taken me on that journey for the dream job. But I want to start off with this little bit of background. When I was little, I was always in church and always in Sunday school, and we would learn different verses. And one of the verses that always jumped out to me as a kid was from Psalm 37, verses 3 and 4, particularly verse 4. But I want to read those to you this morning. And it says this: "Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." So I kind of blew off that trust in the Lord and do good part, because it's like, yeah, I want to focus on the other part. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. So if I like God, then He's going to give me pretty much whatever I want, right? And as a kid, that's how I took it. And so I thought, man, what would my dream job be? What would I like to do? And I wanted to play basketball. As a kid, I grew up watching college basketball every Saturday, and there weren't a lot of games on. It wasn't like now where ESPN like had a million games on every night, and they were all kind of different networks. We usually got 1 or 2 games a week. And because UCLA was really good back then, UCLA seemed to be on almost every week. And so I became a fan of the UCLA Bruins. And I loved watching UCLA basketball, and then when the games were over, I would go into my room and try and recreate them and be a UCLA Bruin. Had a Nerf basketball set, the kind with the suction cups that they never stick to anything. So I had to get creative, and in my closet it had these little slats. And so you could stick the suction cups in underneath the slats, and they would kind of stay in there. And so that was my backboard, and so I could shoot the ball off the closet door. And so I started working on my game, and had a lot of time in there, and a lot of fun learning how to shoot free throws and the long jump shots from the corner, and working on end of game long heaves from the other side of the bed trying to hit a game winner. And so I used to love doing that. Well, as I got a little older, then I thought, okay, I'm going to start going down to the playground, and I would take a ball and I would go down all by myself and start shooting until other kids would show up. So I was always down there practicing. Well, as I'm watching basketball, when I got to be about 11 years old, I remember the 1972 Olympics, and I remember watching the United States team. And of course, the United States team always seems to win the gold medal in basketball, but that was the year they lost to the Soviet Union. And I remember the game was on a Saturday night, and they lost by 1 point. It was a controversial ending, but I was so upset that I thought, I'm going to stick with this basketball thing. I'm going to make it my career, and I'm going to win the gold medal for the United States when I'm in college. And so that was my plan. Well, the following year I started 7th grade and didn't go out for the basketball team, but I did play in a rec league for kids in our school. And in the rec league, there was 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, and so I was this scrawny little 7th grader. And game after game, I would end up with 0 points. And the rest of the kids on the team realized that I hadn't scored. And so as we got near the end of the season, they kept feeding me the ball and yelling, shoot, shoot. And nothing was going in. So we come down to the last game of the season, and I don't know how many shots I took, but I took a bunch of them. And they kept bouncing off the rim, bouncing off the backboard. I was terrible. Finally, late in the game, I was going in for a layup, and I got hammered. And so I dragged myself up, and I got 2 shots from the foul line, and one of my buddies came over, and he goes, I know you can make foul shots. You can do this. And I went to the line and very calmly shot an air ball. And then I took my second shot, and it bounced off the rim. And when the game was over and the season was over, I was the only player in the entire league who hadn't scored a single point. So I realized, okay, I'm probably not going to be a basketball star. And then any chance I had to make a Michael Jordan-like comeback was shot the next year when I had knee problems in both knees, had to sit out an entire year of gym class. The only thing I was allowed to do for a year was swim. So my athletic career was pretty much shot. But the head of the newspaper in my junior high school, 7th and 8th grade, came to me and he said, we need somebody who loves sports to be our sports editor. He says, I think you'd be the guy. He knew I couldn't do gym class. He knew I couldn't participate in anything. So he let me do that for a year. And I loved it. And so then I decided, okay, I'm not going to be a great basketball player, but I want to be a newspaper writer. And so I thought that would be really, really fun. And so did that for 8th grade, get into 9th grade, and at the beginning of the football season, had nothing to do. We get to basketball season, and my geometry teacher was the 9th grade basketball coach. And he said, I heard that you're a really good sports writer. I said, well, thank you. He goes, well, I need somebody to write articles for our 9th grade basketball team for the local newspaper. Give us some publicity. And he said, and I know you're good with numbers. Have you ever thought about doing with statistics? And I'm like, no, but I think I could do that because I used to keep scorebooks when I would go to Pirates games in Pittsburgh. And so I said, yeah, I could do that. And so I started writing newspaper articles, and I loved it. Made a lot of friends on the basketball team, got to travel with the team. And so I did that first part of 9th grade, and then we switched over to track, and my basketball coach was also the track coach. So I got to do the same thing with track. And so I got through middle school, and now my transferred dream of being a writer was now already coming true. And I'm thinking, this is good. We're on our way here. And so now it's time to move on to high school, and my 10 minutes for today are up. So we're going to continue this story tomorrow. But I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in a little bit to play Family Feud.